Yo, what's up? So in this video, I'll try to show you how you can refine your entry. In other words, what kind of entry confirmation that you can always wait for your trades. Alright, so let's begin. Uh, Let me actually outline for you the things that I'm always looking for in any kind of a trade. And I believe they are the ones that you should also look for as well. So, right, the first thing is one, we need an old area, an old area, an old area of accumulation or distribution, uh, or supply and demand traders, you may call it an old area of supply stroke demand. Right, that's from supply and demand standpoint, but from ICT standpoint, that's going to be an old area of accumulation or distribution, or you can call it an old order block, right, that has been traded through, because an old order block that has been traded through, that has been traded through, that has been traded through. The second thing is we are going to look for an FVG on the right, within the old area, right? So the third thing that we are going to look for is ICT YouTube 2022 model, right? So fourth thing, you can look at same thing, right? Same thing at entry. So basically, these are the 4 steps that I always follow personally. If I was to take any kind of a trade, these are the steps that I would always look at. If I see them in a trade, I'll really take action, right? So let me try to illustrate for you a buy case scenario. Alright, so assuming price is going down, right? And then it reaches all of a sudden, price starts going up, right? So these are what we call all the areas of, these are the old areas I'm talking about of accumulation and distribution. So specifically, this would be an old area of distribution, old area of redistribution, right? Redistribution. So once price trades through these areas here, right? Like it goes from here, from this point, it trades through it. Once it trades through it, what you're meant to do is that you're meant to look for an FVG. It may be on a lower time frame, by the way, that is on this point here, right? Those are the fair value gaps that you're always meant to look for. So look for an old area. It could also be this one. So in this area, the FVG that you'd look for is around here. Look for an FVG inside there, right? So when you look for that FVG there, the next thing that you'll do is to look for the YouTube 2022 model. And how is it? It's just basically almost the same thing. Price reacts off this FVG here, and then it goes, comes back, and then it goes higher, right? So we are seeing the same thing here, an old area of redistribution, right? So you highlight it out, you highlight this area out, Sorry, what's happening? I think I have issues with my network. Sorry. All right, so it's here, right? I just had a lag. So you highlight that old area of redistribution, you extend it out to the other side, right? When you extend it out to the other side, remember what I've told you is that you come in that old area on the right in this move here that broke through it, and you look for an FVG. Once you see an FVG, outline out that FVG, right? Around there. And what's happening? I'm having an internet lag. Right, but I was talking specifically about this FVG that will be inside there. So that's where you'll take that trade. Remember, we had this big time frame setup. We spotted this fair value gap. We waited for price to come back to this point here. And let me actually do like this. All right. So this is the zone that you've marked. And this is the FVG on a lower time frame that you've marked out, right? That is inside you go to the immediate one. Don't go down like to the lower time frames to further refine it. The moment you see an FVG within an old area, you spot it out and you highlight it. Now the next thing that you have to do is that you go on a lower time frame and wait to watch the price action, how it behaves when it's in that area. I'll first remove this because it was just a demonstration. So this is now what is happening on a lower time frame. Let's assume that this setup here was on let's assume this setup is on the daily, or it's on the 4-hour. So you go to the M15 and wait for this same setup to play out, the YouTube 2022 model to play out. It's basically a derivation of that YouTube 2022 model, only that here we are focusing on these areas that were traded through. A retest of these areas that were already traded through are the ones that we are paying our attention to. So you'll have to wait on a lower time frame to see how price reacts off these zones here, right? So once price comes to this area, you wait and see this similar kind of setup that happened on the higher time frame. When you see it happening also on a lower time frame, extend out to that old area that has been traded through, wait for a retest, look for an FVG inside here. Sorry. Oh shit, sorry. Alright, you look for an FVG here. And I'm just having an internet lag probably, but you look for an FVG here. And then once you get that FVG, that's where you'll be taking your kind of entry. Your stop loss should be slightly below this FVG here, the middle one here that you spotted. So you can place your stop loss here or just below this all the area low here, right? So the same thing will apply for our sell setup. We shall just look for these old areas where price went down, extend them out to the right, wait for price to trade through them. Once price trades through them and starts retesting into them, what you'll be doing is that you'll be looking for fair value gaps inside those areas, but on the right, right? On the right. When price comes back, you wait for this very same kind of setup, extend it out to the right, spot an FVG on a very lower time frame here, and that will be your entry, right? Hope you guys have understood. Nice trading.